to process what I'm feeling. I was laid off from my job today to process what I'm feeling. I was laid off from my job today. I was I can't say
All of these people are so distraught because they got too comfortable in their job. I'm never comfortable in a job because I know that it could always end. Any day. Any day. So this is why they're sitting there crying and distraught, because they are thinking that they are etched in stone somewhere, and they're not.
that I was surprised because
There
we
you
had
go.
a
She was
few
surprised.
people laid off on yesterday, and I knew in my spirit that it wasn't over. I knew that they weren't done. I was the last person that they laid off. Um, like
And the people that you see distraught like this are the ones that are not prepared. They probably didn't save their money, and they have different hardships that they have, mortgages and kids in college or whatever. So if you know you have all of these life expenses, then you should really be saving your money while you have the job. You can't be out here flossing, living your best life and doing, it's a job. It's going to end. Every job ends. People lose their jobs all the time. Companies lay off all the time, especially in this world, how it is today with the economy since COVID and with the AI and all of that. You guys have to be insane to not be saving your money. I mean, seriously. And to have investments. Now, trust me, I used up all my money, all my savings, all my investments, but I had it to survive off of when the emergency and the time came.
I'm not necessarily crying because I lost my job, but it's you build friendships, you build these people become family, and
The people on your job are not your family. They are colleagues, they are acquaintances, they are co-workers. These people do not give a damn about you. And when that job is over, you're going to see that nobody is going to save you but you. They're not your friends. It's a job. It's a job. So this is where you go wrong in, being delusional about what a job is. You're there to work. You're there to be productive for somebody else's dream, for somebody else's, business. You're going to give your intellectual property and all your work to them. It's a job. And then they pay you for the job. And if you see that all these people are getting laid off, you should know that it could be you. What am I going to do? Since COVID, everybody should know that their job is not secure. But yet here we are.
it's normal, it's natural to worry about the unknown.
It is not really normal and natural to worry if you have faith. Okay? Because when I was going through my shit, I had so many friends tell me, why don't you drive DoorDash? Because I don't feel like it. I'm not a DoorDasher. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm not driving DoorDash. I'm not going to work for Amazon. I'm not doing none of that. I sat there and I had faith in God that He had a plan for me. And what I did with that time is spend it with my child, plant seeds. I created classes. I did a whole bunch of things of planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds. Now, years later, I'm starting to see things grow. And I don't worry. When people try to project their worries onto me, I don't allow them to. I tell them all the time, I don't have worldly worries because I'm high ranking spiritually, and I know that if I'm not working, there's something else I'm supposed to be doing. And I tell everybody all the time, focus on what is going right in your life. She's going to manifest everything wrong to happen in her life because she's focusing on what is wrong, what's bad going to happen, and oh, this, that. Don't focus on that. Focus on what is right in your life. Be grateful. Know that there's abundance, but maybe there might be some lessons you need to learn before you can receive it. Maybe there's some strength you need to, acquire before you receive it. Maybe there's some people you need to purge out your life before you receive it. So the more that you look at it as a lesson, and the more that you try to learn the lesson, and the faster you try to study and work on yourself, the faster you're going to be out of your situation. That I can guarantee you.
And my family's already in a way financially.
So there you go. What did I tell you? I said the reason why these people aren't here crying like this and they're so distraught is because they did not plan for their job to end. Okay? I don't care how much money I make, I'm broke. Because I just always think it's never enough, because the job could end. Even if you own your own business, something could happen to make it end. You could have a successful business and something crazy could happen to make it end. You just have to always think like that. And it's not thinking in a spirit of lack. You're being wise, and you're not living above your means. You're not being wasteful with your money. You're being very frugal with what you earn, and thinking about what you're going to do. If in my mind all the time is what I'm going to do if I'm not working. And then I tell everybody you have to have faith and believe that you don't need to suffer. I do not think for 1 second that I'm going to suffer. I don't, because I don't want to put that into universe. What you speak, you can speak it into power. I try my best to focus on what is going right. I try to focus on what I can do with what I have around me to create something. Humans are creators. That's what we do. We're in a constant state of creating things. Create. And the best creation you can create is you. The best thing you could do is work on you and try to better yourself. And I guarantee when you do that and you learn and you elevate, good things are going to happen to you. Great people are going to come around you. I have to say, I didn't have very many times when I really, really cried about anything. I feel like the most upset I ever was during that damn strike, because now I really felt like stuck. But I was upset, but I was glad in the end, because during that time I made some of the best creations, because I really felt like this is a wrap. And I still feel like this industry is a wrap. And I'm just trying to see what I can do to reinvent myself into something else, so I don't have to rely on this industry, because I know it's going to be a wrap forever. So always think like that when it comes to a job or anything that you do. Change happens all the time in life, and change is not a bad thing. It's just how you see it. If you think of every change in your life as something negative, and you don't see the lesson, and you don't see the strength that you're getting from what you're going through, then it's going to always be a hardship, and you're going to always have hardships, and you're always going to be, in a state of anxiety and stuff like that.
Where my husband and I have been doing the best that we can to provide not only their needs, but, their wants. And God has made that possible. And I know that this has to be a God thing. Even if it's not a good thing right now, it has to be a God thing. But
she's already thinking that it's a bad thing that she's losing this job. And it really could be a good thing, because by getting rid of this job, maybe her and her husband will think of a business. Maybe they'll go out there and find better jobs or whatever. It is, life is what you make it, and that's what I had to learn. If you think every obstacle in your life is negative, you're gonna be weak. You have to go through things in life to get the strength you need. How is God going to elevate you to a position of power or a position of leadership and you weak and you fall apart at the littlest thing? A job make you fall apart. A job make you give up all your rights. A job will make you take an experimental medical product to keep a job. I'm telling you, you have to go through things to have the strength you need to be in the position that you dream. She's not ready. But maybe after this struggle, she'll have the strength she needs to elevate her frequency and get in that position.
I have nothing else lined up. I have no other prospects.
Now, see, this is the talk that's going to get you stuck, because she's saying what she doesn't have. Look at what you do have. Look at around you right now in your life and what you have and the people that are there, the abundance that you do have. Stop focusing on what is wrong and focus on what is right and build from that. Because if you keep saying, I don't have this and I don't have that and I don't have this and I had it, you're not going to have it. I wake up every day in a state of gratitude for everything around me. Oh, I'm thankful for these birds. Oh my God, it's so lovely to wake up and hear birds and not traffic. Oh, wow, I have air conditioning. Oh, wow, I don't have as much money as I would like to have, but I have food. I'm going to go make me some breakfast. It's like you have to stay in the moment. She's saying that she doesn't have any prospects, but she doesn't know that. She hasn't put in any work yet. She's sitting on the bed crying on TikTok. She might be able to find the prospects if she is ready to see the lesson and go through the education and go through the hardship to elevate her frequency.
Before yesterday, I wasn't expecting to lose my job. I was making plans for this year concerning.
Now listen what she said. She said that she was the last one to be laid off. So if you've seen all your other colleagues and coworkers get laid off, why would you think it would not happen to you?
A job in my life, and I wasn't expecting to lose my job before yesterday. And I'm like, Lord, I know if my name came up that you have a plan for me and my family.
Now she's getting on track.
I don't know what that plan is. But
all I can tell you is from my experiences that God's plan is always going to be better than what you could think of. Because when I was going through my struggle, all I wanted to do was pay my rent. I hated living in New York and I wanted to get out of it. I never thought that I would because I couldn't afford it. Not only did I get out of New York, I moved to another state, live in a beautiful place, beautiful schools for my child. I kept my car, everything got paid. I didn't lose out on anything. We ate, we even got fat over COVID. We ate so good that we had to lose weight. And it worked out better than I could ever imagine. So you have to have faith and trust the process. Any hardship you any hardship that you go through is for a lesson. It's for a lesson, and it's to make you stronger so that you can be prepared for whatever gift God has for you, or whatever leadership that God wants to put you in. Or if God wants you to be a steward of money, you might lose all your money so that you learn how to better manage your money. You have to see the lesson and the good in everything you go through.
I know my requirement is to stand. Even though I don't know the answers, I don't know what's going to happen, I have to stand. Stand on the word of God. Stand on Romans 8:28. Stand on Jeremiah 29:11. Stand on Philippians 4:13.
So basically, these scriptures that she's saying are basically saying that, which I had grown to become like this, that you are going to be content whether you have a lot of money or whether you don't. You're going to be content whether you're rich or whether you're poor and you want for things. You have to learn to find the joy in your life that's not centered around material things. And then that way, no one can kill your joy. A job is not going to take away from the things that you enjoy in your life. So really think about that. Because for me, when I'm not working, I'm like, well, great. I can do the things I like to do. Like get up, go ride my bike and spend time with my son and go to the parks, go to the beach. What? And most of the things I just named are free.
Also stand on Philippians 4:12. And I have to know that God is still worthy to be praised, even in trouble.
But this is the thing. She thinks she's in trouble, but she's being tested. She's being given strength. If you get through it, you're going to have spiritual power. If you have enemies, when you get through it, you have dominion over them. You're going to be exalted above them, where you could look at them and be like, how y'all doing down there? Your enemies, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, I've been through it. And she's crying so much because really deep down inside, she don't believe nothing that she's saying. Because before I get crying like that, I'm angry about it. You know, I want justice for everything. And victory. And victory is the Lord's. So if you just do the work and be grateful and know the power that is in you, the Spirit of God that is in you, it's a lesson. Everything you go through that's difficult, just know it's giving you spiritual power. It's elevating your frequency. When you succeed, and you will, when you succeed, you will be at a higher elevation. So it's like you almost want to welcome the challenges, because the more challenges that you have, the more frequency, the more higher your vibration is going to be, and the better people you're going to draw to you, and the more divine protection and different things you're going to have, because God has a job to do. The more that you go through, the more power you're getting to, whether it's to help humanity, do God's will, or help others, whatever, you know. And I hope that this girl gets there. She seems like she, you know, kind of believes it, but she doesn't really believe it. She doesn't really, you know, because I feel like if she really believed in what those scriptures say and what she's saying, she would know that a test is coming and that she has the strength to do it. So hopefully, I hope that she makes it through.
This is just a new way of trusting him, because I don't have a job for the provisions. That's not to say I'm not going to look for something.
Let me tell you, you know how much free food and services and stuff I found? Get yourself together, stop crying, and use your power. Get out there and do the work. Talk to a lot of people. Do the research. Figure out how you can get things. You're not even working. I didn't have nothing else better to do than apply for programs. I got $25,000 to pay my landlord my back arrears. Because I liked my landlord. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have gave a damn, and I would have kept on going and not give them nothing. But they were lovely people, and I wanted them to get their money back. And I applied for these grants. You're not working. You're not doing nothing. You're sitting there crying in the bed, talking on TikTok.
But I'm putting my trust in God, because this is out of my hands.
You have to put trust in yourself too, because I don't intend on suffering. I wasn't created to suffer, and I don't want to suffer, and I'm not going to suffer. That's what I tell myself. My friends always would say, wow, how are you still working during COVID, not having a vaccine? Because I don't anticipate not working. I got a child to take care of. That doesn't cross my damn mind that I'm going to suffer. Please.
And I don't know what our future is going to look like. I don't know. But what I am sure of is that God won't see us hungry, homeless.
God might see you hungry. You might be homeless. You might be cold. You might lack a lot of things. But just know that if the Creator didn't think you could endure it, you wouldn't go through it. Like they say, God won't give you more than you could bear. So if you're in that situation, you're strong enough to survive it. You might be hungry because you might need to know what it feels like to be hungry. So you can have empathy for those that are hungry. Maybe you need to be humbled. I don't care what is happening. It's a reason and a purpose why you are experiencing that. And you have to figure out what the lesson is for you and how it's going to better you and elevate your frequency. I don't care how horrific it is.
Or go without. So y'all just pray for me.
Listen, to go without, to me, all of the hardships that I had and all of the monies that I lost and going without and not having food sometimes and not being able to get certain things for my child, it humbled me. It humbled me. And now I save my money even better than before. And I think I'm a better steward of money. And if I was given money to be a steward of, I am more humble and more respectful of money from what I went through. So that's why I say anything you go through, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. And you have to stop thinking that, a little bit of discomfort is going to kill you. It made me stronger. I've never felt better in my life, and I would do it again 100 times to be the person I am today. All of the shit that I went through. And even my child even agrees. It made both of us stronger.
My family. And I'll keep y'all posted.
So y'all, I just got laid off today.